Welcome back once again to the Bear Network. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey. Today we're going to talk about boys soccer, who's just getting underway here in the springtime at Brad Central High School. All of our shows are available to you on YouTube, or there'll be a link to Twitter as well. Coach, we'll let you, Coach Miguel Armenta and Coach Ted Lackey, we'll let you introduce the young men you brought with here today, and then we'll talk about them and talk about them and everything.
Well, thank you for having us again. I got 3 of my 34 players that we have on roster. Those are the 3 captains that we have this year. I got Christian Osorio, also known as Gato.
The cat.
Yeah. And then we got Skylar Perkle, he's our goalie. And then we have Cesar Lopez, also one of our captains. So all 3 of them are captains.
And are they all seniors?
2 seniors, 1 junior.
Welcome to the show, guys. We're going to talk a little soccer here in a minute. Coach, just talk about where you're at right now in the season. I know it's underway. Have you played? What match you play and what match you have coming up? I guess. Well, I can look at the schedule.
We've had some playing time already. First we do have a home or away game today. We go to Silverdale. But before that, we played Loudon already. We played them here at home. We also ended up playing Eastridge here at home, and then we also went to the play day over at Walker Valley.
Okay.
So we saw some real competition as well.
Last season we started, you were still playing on the grass field, aren't you? And then we got moved to the turf.
No, last year we
was the whole season on
turf.
Yes, we played on the turf last year.
I couldn't remember that. Coach Lackey, you've been here for a while too, and you're an instructor.
6 years now.
6 years.
Yeah.
As a teacher and a coach, or just
Yes.
as a coach you're talking about?
Both. Yep.
What's your background in soccer? Did you play soccer?
I played as a goalkeeper for the Cleveland Flames, and I played at Cleveland High as well, and Cleveland Middle, went through there. And I was always a goalkeeper from a very early age, so that's where my experience is, kind of in the back there with the defense and stuff like that.
So you got to coach Skylar up there to be a good goalie, I guess?
Yeah, I get to work with Skylar a lot, yep.
Now, Coach, we know your background here at Bradley, soccer and kick a little football around from time to time and all that. How long have you been the head coach? How long have you involved with the soccer program here at Bradley?
I've been here for 12 years and did 2 as an assistant under Tucker Blackman. And then he left, I took over. This is my 10th year as the head coach.
So, okay, Gato, the cat, Christian, what's your background in playing soccer? How long have you been playing?
Pretty much my whole life, and I played for the same team as him, the Cleveland Flames.
Yeah. What's your position on the field typically?
Typically center back or in the middle.
Okay, and Skylar, you always in the goal?
Yeah, pretty much.
2-sport star, I know you punt for the Bears.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a preference? I mean, you just like, probably whatever's in season, what you like to play, right?
Yeah.
That's what
I
kids
like them both.
He likes goalkeeper.
You just like the goalkeeper.
We like to think that he does.
How about you, Caesar? What position you play on the field?
Play midfield, forward. Just depends on who we're going against. It depends on how the team's feeling.
What's the toughest position to play on the field, do you guys think? Or all us coaches, but
Goalkeeper.
everybody's depending on you to keep
Sometimes.
I didn't know until I hit my age and then I started playing goalie. It's not fun.
I'd say goalkeepers.
But you got to have guys to score too, though.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say Caesar's got a tough role this year. We're depending on him to put the ball in the net for us, and so he's got a lot of pressure on him as well.
One of your team leaders, then, huh?
Yes.
Caesar, how long you been playing?
Ever since I was in 6th grade.
6th grade.
Yeah, that's when I really started taking it serious.
Well, Skylar,
So, I mean,
is he taking it serious
I'm
yet?
not sure if he's lying or not. For real.
How about you, Skylar? You been playing a long time as well?
Since I was 4, so about 13 years.
Oh,
12,
wow.
13 years, yeah.
Have you always played football too, or did you get recruited to kick for the Bears, or how'd that happen?
I just picked up football in July last year. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So he's a pretty talented athlete.
We got to continue feeding this kicker so we can get, access to the football field.
Yeah.
We got to pay the price.
Scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of deal. What's the? I always like to ask, what's hard about soccer? I mean, well, not for you. You're going to stand there, block all the kicks, of course. But you guys out there running around all the time, so you got to be in really good shape to do that.
7 miles a game is what we.
I think the last time I checked, I hit like 10 on the watch. I practice.
And that's about right for the position that he was playing at the time when you're looking at your watch, probably. That's about
Counting your
right.
steps, it was 10 miles is what you ran altogether. Wow.
Usually the player, depending on the position, but for a midfielder, you're going to go anywhere from 7 to 9 to 10 miles per game.
Goodness gracious. So you get that's why they're so slim and trim, these young bodies that you got here, That don't work for a guy like this. I don't do that many miles, maybe 3 miles a day, but your class breakdown, how many's in the program altogether?
There's 34, but we've got one that's injured right now, so
Okay.
he'll miss out this season, but he'll be back with us next
Are you
season.
top heavy with seniors, or is it pretty much spread out?
It's a nice spread. There's 8 seniors, and then there's 9 juniors, 12 sophomores, and now we've got 5 freshmen, and we had some transfers come in, so we've been fortunate to have 2 come from Germany that are playing with us, and we've had 1 come from Brazil. So we've also had some new players come in throughout the course of the year that it's been nice to get the new additions mixing in with the returning players.
And I bet
Seeing
those
how it
guys from
works
Germany
out.
and Brazil have played a lot of soccer, probably.
Yeah, they grew up around it a little more, I think, than some of ours that grow up here, just because culturally they're kind of all about soccer and stuff. But yeah, we're very fortunate to be able to have some of them come in and really help us out.
Do you guys split coaching duties? I mean, one take offense, one take defense, or you coach both?
We
Or how
started
do you
this,
do
what,
that?
2 years ago. We started
Yeah.
splitting, both. We both get to see, our varsity, and also get to see my JV as well. So we both split the groups, and we kind of split an hour each. But then we also have some competition on.
We kind of work with each group on different sides of the field, and then we switch them. So both groups get to see the drills we have, and then we kind of bring it all together at the end for a scrimmage. So
You got varsity and JV. Do they play separate nights, I guess, or separate matches, or they
lots of
play
teams are
back-to-back?
double headers. If most teams, if they have a JV and a varsity, will play a double header. But some teams, they have like a team and a half, so we'll schedule it on different nights.
Is your district composition of teams going to change next year when basketball and baseball and some things like that change? Will it affect you guys? Or?
Yes, next year there will be some changes. I think they're kind of splitting us up a little
I
bit.
think we have East Hamilton joining our district, and now since there's going to be 8 of us, they're going to split 4 and 4. That's,
okay.
that's from my understanding.
Well,
I
that's
forget
what's
what
doing
4
basketball.
are in
and-
each bracket,
Yeah.
but it'll be 2 different districts, it seems like.
And your home match, of course, will play down here on the turf field, and you were here, both of you have been here a long time, so you were playing out here really on a field that wasn't even regulation size, I guess.
Right.
Those were my playing times as well when I was here at Bradley. That's where we played.
Well, things have changed a lot, haven't they?
For us, I think it's totally changed. It's turned the program around. I mean, it's been huge to be able to be out there and have the facilities that they have out there, and we're very fortunate.
Well, that's got to encourage kids to come out and want to be on the team, be involved, and it certainly going to help the fan base, coming out there, because I've been over here before, and I've been even on the baseball field doing some announcing over there, and I hear the roar coming over here and think, what's
Good,
going
good.
on?
That makes us happy. Yeah, good.
And I know, oh yeah, soccer's playing over here tonight too, so.
Lake Forest is they're playing their home games out there this year, so we're excited to host them, and those younger guys that are coming up get to see what it's like to play at Bear Stadium and get that feeling. So we're really happy that Lake Forest is able to play their home games on there this year.
Things like that promote the program, in a
Yes.
lot of positive ways there too. And
100%.
I know soccer's a growing sport, and
You can certainly tell that at Bradley. I mean, I remember when I first took over, even with my other head coach that was here before me, we were having to go ask some football players, some other athletes to come out so we can have numbers on the field.
so rather than football coach Damon coming to you and say, I need some kickers or whatever, you're going to him saying,
Yeah.
we need some contact players. So is it a rough sport there, but Sparkle? Skylar,
That's his new name.
with you, you don't get involved so much in contact like the guys out here. I mean, you're trying to defend the goal and block the ball.
It kind of depends if it's in the box. I
He takes
mean,
his hits every now and then.
Sometimes, yeah.
You get a good lick yourself in there once in a while too, Did you trash talk them guys out there on the other team? Gatto?
Yeah, the whole game, pretty much.
I know nothing.
Christian, you don't do that, do you? Christian?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, good gracious. What is it you enjoy about soccer as a team? I mean, you're on a team with a bunch of guys, and you probably have a lot of the same interests, same age, and all that. Is it something in particular that you like? I'm glad to be on the soccer team because I get to do this or be with my friends, or what is it that appeals to you the most?
Honestly, just like the bonds that you get to make, like the new friends you get to make whenever you first step on that field. Like you start to get along with everyone, and then that starts to like correlate to how you play on the field, because you build relationships with them, and then you just start to you play really good together. Like whenever you have a good bond.
And you have a common goal to get the ball in the goal, to score some points there.
It builds chemistry.
builds chemistry there, and and you probably build lifelong friendships. You know, I've got high school kids that I never knew till I went to high school. As old as I am, they're still good friends of mine. You know, from days gone by. I know it is with you guys too here because it's just something that you bond with because you win and die together. You know, and you want to play like that.
Yeah, I think we have great camaraderie on our squad. I think they all seem to get along, and sometimes they get along too well, I think. But I do enjoy being around them.
Yeah.
It brings me back to when I used to have it with my friends and my buddies, and so it's kind of nice to
Keeps
see.
you young in spirit,
yeah,
if not body.
yeah.
What's the biggest challenge as a soccer coach here at Bradley? Is it?
Now we face new challenges that we didn't have like several years ago. I feel like we had certain challenges maybe my first year or two, and then after COVID we really started growing, and now it's almost like we have.
We'll always talk about this even during practice, after practice, even over the weekends. You know, we try to evaluate each player now that there's more competition, you know, by or per position. Now we try to decide who needs to be playing a certain position, who's not. But that's a problem that we are not used to having.
We have good problems now. We used to have bad problems, and now we have good problems.
Can never have too much depth, as
Right,
they say. You
right,
know, that's
right.
what any coach at any sport will tell you. You know, you always got to have a backup there and have prepared. And that makes a very spirited competition too. You know, because if you're in a rut, you know, we all get in a rut for whatever reason from time to time doing whatever we do. And there's always somebody else there that may be on a high, and they may, well, let's let this, he's hot right now, let's let him have a shot at this, you know.
And I think soccer's so demanding too. We talked about how many miles they're covering and how physical it is. You never know where contact's coming from, and so sometimes a player takes a dink and they just need to sit out for the next game. It's not like they're out for 6 weeks. but
Right.
To have someone to be able to just go and fill in that position and us not miss a beat for a big match and get to see that player be successful is also really nice for us to be able to see.
Is it common to have injuries in, I mean, I know it can be a very physical sport. Is it probably leg, knee type injuries, I guess? would
Yeah,
be the most-
typically it's waist down stuff that we're
Yeah.
dealing with. It's pretty rare that it's a waist up
Yeah.
situation, I'd say.
Well, I know it gets physical out there because you can see it's almost like a rugby scrum sometimes, seems like out there.
Yeah, you never know how the contact's going to work out sometimes, so there can be some odd landings and some weird movements, and yeah.
And trying to educate people who may not know a whole lot about soccer, you just like anything else, you get penalized. You can get penalties, you know, for making an aggressive or a flagrant foul or call. You do something on purpose that you're not supposed to be doing, like take a guy out who's going to score it, and you get to sit out. You get the red card or the yellow card or whatever.
Yeah.
It depends on how severe not the injury, but the foul is. You know, you can get the yellow first, and then if it's straight red, it's because you really, really messed up.
No, then you're out of the game. You know. Well,
Down player.
Yeah.
and you can't replace them then, huh? Is that what you?
Nope, you have to play him in.
Oh yeah. Well, that would make it difficult.
Once you get those 2 yellows, now you're at borderline where if there's another red card, game's over. Because you cannot have less than 9 players on the field. It's over.
If you get an early yellow, it can be difficult in a match to sort of gauge yourself, so it's really important to stay away from yellows.
When does your season begin? Let me back up and ask you the question this way. How do I get involved? I'm coming into Bradley. I know you've probably seen me play some in middle school, or you know about me, or I'm coming to Bradley and I know I'm going to play soccer. Do you have tryouts to get onto the team, or you just bring everybody out?
Usually we kind of know everybody's name more towards the fall because we're on the track or we're lifting weights or they're having open fields. So I think the earlier as an upcoming freshman you can get involved, the better. We have some that hear about it a little too late. They'll come to us in February and March, and you know, we have 33 that have been working for, you know, putting in effort for months now. So the earlier the better, I think, if you're an upcoming freshman or you're
Let us know about it.
Yeah,
We
let
usually
us
start
know
preseason
quickly.
in either late August or early September. That's when we start doing
Running the
conditioning.
track and lifting, and yeah. And that way you develop the chemistry and the bond, the camaraderie. You get to know the guys, and we think it's important that you're there. And
So if you're starting in August with conditioning, things like that, it's just a year-round sport like any
We try to
program
make
should
it
have.
now. We have a lot of players who don't play all year round, so
Yeah.
if they're not playing travel ball, if they're not playing club, then we strongly suggest for them to come train with us so they can start building that chemistry with the others, and as well getting that conditioning in
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we've got more in club.
Yeah.
I think recently we've gotten more involved at Flames, and we've got one that plays at Red Wolves. Anywhere else? I don't think. I think Flames and Red Wolves are mainly where our players.
Is that a
are at
positive for
the
you,
off-season.
for them to be involved like that? And
Oh, 100%. It takes care of a lot of your work for you because they're involved in it year round.
You're getting touched on the ball.
Yeah.
I bet the weightlifting is a lot of fun, isn't it, Christian? Huh? I mean, Christian.
Sometimes they
I mean-
have too much fun. Not enough gets done. Not enough.
Well, you don't want to be muscle bound where you can't move on the field, you know. So they might skimp a little bit on weightlifting from time to time when the coach is not looking.
Skip out on reps a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, count by fives.
Possible. It's possible.
Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do, but you know, to be the best, you have to beat the best, and keep building the program there. And I know it's come a long ways under your leadership, Coach. And we wish you the best and continued success, and keep everybody injury free. You know, nobody needs to be hurt. Yeah, knock on wood. Yeah.
Little small things, just stretch.
Yeah.
Stretch well.
Stretch and drink water.
I guess that, I hadn't thought about that, but I guess that is a huge part of being ready to go. Just like the basketball, they warm up and layup drills and all that. Football, they got there before the game, and you do the pre-game routine, get loose, get a little perspiration flowing and all that.
Yeah.
One of those where if you pull a muscle, you're pretty much done for the season. It's hard to recover from pulling a muscle depending on how severe it is. But yeah.
And the only thing that heals and pull muscle is time, isn't it? Time and rest. Well, guys, it's been good having you on our program again. We'll look to do this again later on and all that. And for Gato, Christian, and for Skylar, and for Caesar. Yeah, I got it right now. Thank you guys for being here today. I know you hate to miss class, but we're in advice right now, so we'll let you get back to class, back to the studies there, folks. Hey, good luck. Really, I'm serious, and have a good match. When's your next match coming up?
Tonight.
Silverdale.
Tonight, then we host Polk on Thursday, and then next week we start some of our district games.
You're still at Silverdale tonight,
Yes.
and then you're home Thursday with
Polk County.
Polk County. Be
This
here Thursday.
weekend we go to Slide Dixie tournament, and then we got some tough ones coming up.
Well, hey, you know,
We have
see what
6
you can
games between now and Saturday. So
do. 6 games.
6 games.
Is that
between now and Saturday.
unusual? Is that an overload for you guys? I mean,
It's for 3 different teams. So we actually have a JVB game lined up with Cleveland. So our third teams will play since we've got enough on the roster to make a third squad. We'll actually have those teams play Wednesday night at Cleveland at 7:15.
Okay, good.
We're
So
busy
we're
this week.
excited to see them too.
We're busy.
well, that's good. You know,
Yeah,
that's
we're
good there. Are you able to scout the other teams? That word gets around. Hey, this guy's good. We got to keep the ball away from him. Whatever. You
A
don't watch
little bit. We'll go to district opponents games if we get like an off night when
Yeah.
they're playing, but typically everybody's playing Tuesday, Thursday, and so it makes it difficult to scout people in person.
Yeah. Well,
So
roll with the flow. You know, do
yeah.
what you can do there.
Find some film.
Yeah.
One game at a time.
That's right. Coach, appreciate you being here today. Coach Lackey, Coach Armenta.
Thank you.
Guys, appreciate y'all coming today, taking time out of your busy schedule there. And we're going to wrap it up here for our boys soccer program here at Bradley Central for our first show of the year. And we'll say until next time, God bless and go Bears.